Hello again. Good afternoon, good evening, or good night. All depends on what time you're watching this at. I'm here again, actually, as well with Mr. Jacob Mile,
How are we doing?
writer extraordinaire, actor, raconteur,
Yeah,
photographer. Many words that he would know and I wouldn't.
that's
So,
okay. It's
yeah,
okay. I do it for a profession, so
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah.
how that goes.
Yeah, so grand. So how was it in your year? So with their writing and stuff like that as well.
Really, really good. Now, you know what? I stopped for about 6 months, but just because I had non-fictional things going on and all that. But now the whole Jacob Wordsmith page is going back up. Stuff's being posted again. There's a lot of things planned this year, so I can't wait for that to come out. Actually, a new poem came out this week about masking, which is sort of if you have something, have is definitely the wrong word, but if you are something like trans or bisexual or autistic and you make an effort to sort of fit in with people as opposed to being yourself, that'd be called masking. And I wrote a piece about that, and the feedback of that has been absolutely amazing. They really connected with it. They're going like, this is it. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm the same way. And I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Yes,
So yeah, a bit of shameless plug in the first like couple of
well,
minutes.
why not as well? If you want to go and read that beautiful poem as well, it's on Jacob WordPress.
Jacob Wordsmith on Facebook. Actually, if you Google it, I'll come up. Either WordPress or Facebook. I'm there.
Twitter as well. You do Twitter?
I don't do Twitter at the moment. I just don't have the head for it.
Yeah, a bit of a kind of a waste of it. Stuff like
Well, you know what? It just takes consistency, and I do not have that.
and 120 characters. I don't think you can get yourself across.
You know what? If you're good, you can pull off 120 characters.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. But you with your beginnings and stuff like that. You did a bit of acting and stuff.
I do. Yeah.
And through the encouragement from your family, you
Absolutely, yeah.
Performers.
Everyone on my dad's side is either an actor or performer or something like that, and everyone on my mum's side have this sort of drive to, when there's a job, you get it done. So you mix both of those, creative and work ethic, and you get me, essentially, a guy who will sit down and put the work in, put in hours of writing, hours of performing, and yeah, it's background. They absolutely supported me. They're like, you want to be a writer? Cool. Let me kick your ass and make sure you do it.
Yeah,
good.
but you got to go work at it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like with any craft, with anything you do, if it deserves the hours you're going to put in, then it's going to be good. And I've always put in the work, the hours that my work deserves. Always. That's why they come out like they do. So if they're not good, it's obvious I didn't put in enough. And if they're great, it comes across because I remember spending hours and hours and hours, days, weeks, months, editing it, performing it, making sure everything is perfect,
Yeah, there's because you do put a bit of like performance and acting into it as well. It's
I
like
do,
the word,
yeah.
So you're probably doing it over and over again yourself, talking.
Yeah, even like last night, I was just in front of the mirror going, and then I do this, this, and this with my hands. So am I going to keep with this or am I not? So we'll go with this. So yeah, acting would come into it. And I think that's kind of my unique selling point because I've been told a lot that when I perform poetry, it's very much like I'm just talking to them. Instead of doing a theatric thing like this, my poems are like this. And I speak like this, it just so happens to be in rhyme. So I keep going on like this and keep it in time. That sort of stuff.
Yes,
so
yeah. More kind of instead of being kind of like a thespian actor.
Yeah.
Performing as well.
Yeah.
No,
But that's very much a sort of old style of poetry, which, you know what, it's fantastic, but there's a new breed out.
It's like something that you wouldn't,
Like, I do write like that, and every so often I do perform like that. But you know what? Poetry to me is connecting with people, and if you're acting like someone that's not you, if you sound like someone that's not you, then who are they connecting with?
Disingenuous.
Yeah, exactly. I want them to go, this is my story. Do you guys connect with it? Do you guys understand? Can we empathize with each other? And that's not going to come across if I'm sounding like this at all times, So it comes across like this, and I want to talk softly and like myself,
Calming kind of voice, right?
Yeah.
You can do good sat nav, I think.
We're going, everybody, remember to take your left turn right here.
Well, actually, no. So, would you want to do one of your poems as well?
Sure, yeah.
We're going to save them on the Golden Mass as well, but that's to be saved.
Of course, yeah. But guys, you should definitely check it out on Jacob Wordsmith on WordPress or Facebook. So I'll do. Which will I do? Dealer's choice.
I do quite like those one you did before on my show on Chat there. That just was last year on AKA. Was the swiping left one.
The swiping left one. Okay, right. Okay, right. So yeah, this one's called Swiping Left. So Tender and Timber call for an audience younger and limber. Plenty of fish is more like shredded tuna in a dish. An e-harmony makes my wallet say, this ain't BDSM, stop harming me. And it's been so hard trying to get me some that I'm just happy I'm two people away from a threesome, you know? Looking at the hand on my right, saying, still a better love story than Twilight. And these generic profiles, they don't call for a swipe left, but something bigger. Like hurled to the fucking wall and buried alive by a digger. You know, profiles that say, I like listening to good music. And you're like, aren't you a unique little flower? You know, as opposed to the people who go, God, I want to listen to shit music for an hour. And slagging off the girls is really the only way I'm going to nail them. So let's get bi-curious and slag off the males then, who are so unique with the tribal tattoo, the fake tan from their head to their shoe, and you know that they said, one of these profile pictures needs to be this car of mine. Which, you know what? You're entitled to do that if your name is Optimus Prime. And I can already hear the words, do you even lift, bro? Honestly, no. But I don't buy a tub of steroids and swallow them all to avert people's focus to something big from something very small. And going through the profile pictures turns into a game of guess who. I mean, are you 3 from the left? Are you 4 from the right? Are you the horse or the girl riding you? So you hate all of this until your inbox gets a ping. And you think, hey, there's someone for me in this nightmare. So you go to your inbox with a big grin to read the words, hey there. Well, isn't that inventive? Isn't that creative? We'll be telling our children this story and every other relative. So you know what? I'm off dating websites for like, well, you know what? No. But I can still call them useless and dumb. And silver lining, Ben and Jerry are coming to my threesome.
Beautiful piece. I mean, there's a visual thing. Everybody hear it as well. It's just like there's nearly a little video you could do with that.
Oh yeah.
Do
you know what? If I had the budget, I'd do it on Tinder swipes and just do the poem on Tinder swipes, and then dress up in different things like the jock with the doing the steroids thing and everything.
There's no thing there. Like my imagination's wet with that one. Like
it's really funny though because I performed that once and I was at an open mic and my friend comes up to me and she goes, if I did something like that on stage, I would die because my mum is in the audience. And then I'm like, this is my mum. Say hello to her. Yep, I'm dying. Don't worry. That's how that happens anyway.
But that's supposed to be doing with your poems with the reactions of people like negative,
absolutely,
negative positive and stuff like that. So it's certain ones and stuff like that.
Yeah, look, people connect with that one too. Like I had so many girls come up to me and go, I have way more lines for what guys do on Tinder if you're interested. Talk about personal trainers, talk about this, that, and the other. Talk about a sock stuff down the pants, do anything like that. So yeah, they really liked it, and it's definitely one of my funnier ones.
Did you have anything negative now from any of the poems? Like anger or anything like that?
Yeah. I've written things that people. Most of the time, what happens is, I talk about things that people think I don't have a right to talk about. And by that I would mean, say, certain things about mental health. One or two people might be triggered by that, but I'm like, look, mental health affects us all, and it's not always nice. There's going to be nasty and there's going to be gritty. I just want to write real. I don't want to write always happy because this ain't fucking Disney. I don't want to write always sad because this isn't depressing. It's just, it comes up.
Being stopped to say, telling the truth, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes really bad stuff happens and there's no closure and you just need to talk about it. And other times I'd write about things that I'd ask for help on in pieces, and people go, "Oh, you shouldn't even be going anywhere near that." And I'm like, "But if I need help or if my friends need help on this, I want to know about it." So on certain blog posts, they would have gone, "Oh, you're going on weird topics there," and I'm like, these are the problems of either me or my kind. It doesn't matter. I just want to be able to help people.
Good, like with things, not things that be personal to yourself, but writing other poems that are kind of like reflective of what you've, other experiences. So not everything would be in the writing process that happens, personally.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've written one or two pieces about anorexia. I do not suffer from anorexia. It's a little obvious, but I have had women and men come up to me and going, "You perfectly understand this. How did you go overcome it?" And I'm like, I've never had it, but I'm so glad that you found a sheet with a couple of words on it that you could connect to and go, this feels like me, Yeah. So I've never written anything deliberately controversial, and I've never come across with a controversial opinion just for the sake of controversy. I've just spoken. I tell stories. I write. What it's about is what happens in life. Yeah. After that, everything's game,
So there was another one that you did as well. It was like another experience of, because you didn't experience yourself a poem.
the bottle beer,
Yeah.
I wrote a piece about a man comes home and he finds his dad passed out in the armchair, but he's got a bottle of beer hanging over the armrest, and he's like, "That's what love is, you know." He's passed out and he's still holding what he cares for most. So he tries to wake up the dad, and the dad doesn't wake up, and the kid knows that the dad is not waking up ever again. So he just goes. So what he does is he sits on his lap, sits on the dad's lap, and he wraps the dad's arms around me. He's holding me like he holds a bottle of beer. He's passed out and he's holding what he loves most. And I had people come up to me and went, "I'm so sorry for your loss. I completely," because my father also died from alcoholism, and I'm like, my dad can't drink to save his life.
Yeah.
To be honest, 3 pints and that man is done. Like, but it was just a scene I saw in my head, and people connected to it, and it wasn't personal to me. But I just put myself in that kid's shoes of where you walk in and you see your dad holding something as much as he'd hold his kid, and how that would feel. It's not my story, but it's a story, and I like telling it, you know?
Just as Dick saying as well, are you like a kind of regular old kind of poet that you just like carry a notebook around and stuff like that? And
Do you know what? I have
pieces of
everything.
paper.
I have everything on my phone because notebooks get lost, and I have the handwriting of a drunk blind 4-year-old. I can't even read it after I'm done, so I type up everything on my phone. Usually on the bus coming into town, and then I'd save it, and then I'd bring it home, edit it on the laptop, and then just go over editing it and yada yada yada. So no notebook, because they're awkward to hold as well, along with your phone and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just
It's modern, yeah.
yeah.
We're in the digital age.
Excellent. Yeah, pretty much.
It's all in the cloud and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But so, I suppose one of just last question. I suppose what's your plan now for the future as well? Do you have a plan?
Definitely have more content coming up now. I'm being really consistent these days, which is definitely a really positive thing. There's 1 or 2 projects that are way down the line I can't talk about, but I'm really excited about those things. There's going to be more poetry, there's going to be more blog posts, there's going to be more performances as well. I go around the country, Dublin, Cork, whatever. Anybody, if I have a friend who has a bed somewhere, I'm like, is there an open mic nearby you? So I'll be doing performances around the country. I'll be having new blog posts. I will be having new poetry. My stuff is going to be bulging with content by the end of this year alone. And yeah, I can't wait to show everybody, because I'm always so excited about it. And this is stuff I worked on just so that other people could see, and they've always liked it, and that always, I can't wait.
That's it, their passion, your drive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Keep you alive, yeah.
100%, yeah.
So you're going to do a second poem first as
Yeah,
well?
yeah,
that one is...
This piece is called Am I the Only? So, I think that I'm the only one. An alien to every daughter and every son, but, like, thinking that, it's a silly thing to do. Because I bet you think some of these things too. Like, the rhyming scheme is about to change. That bugs me. I lied to my dentist. And the harder that it is to speak to you, the more it means that I meant this. 4 a.m. is a friend I just don't want. But the shadows aren't done with me yet. I'm too scared to call my house home. And I'm too scared to quit cigarettes. Some girls that I like have boyfriends. I practice everything that I say. I don't think a lot of babies look cute. I'm sorry. And my story is always going to be for another day. I hate my skin in ways you're just not allowed to know. I eat more sugar than I should. And I'm more narcissistic than you think I am, because you know what? I'm just that darn good. I'm late to everything. I have secrets that make me smile. I can read trauma very well, and I've always wanted you to stay a longer while. And I wish I could tell you some of what the others told me. I wish I could sell back some of what life sold me. I'm alone, but I'm very rarely lonely. Although that said, you know what? I wouldn't mind if somebody would hold me. Now, thinking on this, do I have a right to say that I am the only, or maybe, just maybe, I sound a little bit like you. And together, we could be the only two.
Beautiful piece. There's that in my show as well. It's it kind of, it's a kind of lifeline from it as well. Kind of erratic, because when it was mine, you know what I mean? I felt like that day.
Yeah. I think everybody goes through that just a little bit, and then meeting other people like that, it's just, even just who connect with other people just on a little bit, on one thing or two things, it makes you feel less lonely, you know? I will say though, God, performing takes a lot out of me. Like, I'm just like, Oh God.
It's just draining. It's weird, but not.
It is, yeah, because like it's essentially like being on stage. You're making a performance for people, and you're hoping that it's perfect. You're hoping that it's good, not perfect, but excellent. I was taught you have no right to demand perfection, but you have every right to go for excellence. So, all the effort comes out in that, and yeah, that's the way it comes across. And I spend most of my time looking like I'm not freaking out of nerves, because that's always the case.
Kind of like anxiety is the drive.
Yeah, absolutely. So afterwards, I let it all out. I'm like, oh God, put me in a room and leave me alone for like 40 minutes, please, you know?
Which, yeah, I know the feeling of that.
Oh, yeah,
Just
yeah.
before you're on the stage, and then.
Yeah, and you're just like, what? Why am I doing this?
And then you do it, you know.
Yeah.
It is. That's a drive. It's a drug. That's the strongest drug, really. I think it is a performer. I think as well. Like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's another thing as well that I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
I know.
I knew
It's quite, of your kind of like the crying that you might use as well, like the upsetness and stuff like that.
Yeah, if I'm doing a poem where I'm upset, I do this fake cry thing that sort of really comes across on stage.
That it is and stuff like that.
Yeah, just because I want the emotion to get forward, that, this is a really upsetting scene or a really upsetting poem for the narrator, so.
I know, we do something that's like not supposed to be upsetting, but maybe like terms and conditions of
what? I don't know. Nobody reads the terms and conditions of anything, so I have no idea what to do.
God, if I had like a instruction manual, it'd be good to have an instruction manual. Maybe like the.
If you've got like a washing tag on the back of that hat, I could read that like. Well, it's this kind of interview.
Okay, yes, well,
awesome. There's no words on it.
Oh no! Oh, this is brilliant. Look what's written on it. Could you do that actually? And it's upsetting. Yeah.
All right. I will see you again on this side or the other.
I'm gonna cry now, fuck's sake, man.
Please adhere to all terms and conditions. Terms and conditions apply when buying an iPhone.
Oh God, that's too upsetting. That's so too upsetting.
I know, right? I just love Jaffa cakes and fig rolls. They're just the best biscuits that ever was, and I will fight you if you say anything different, anything at all.
I'm not gonna say anything.
I love your tattoo.
I love it too.
Come on. Give me a hug.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, that was absolute crap.
Yeah. Unbelievable at all. You couldn't get into a soap, I suppose.
Yeah.
EastEnders or something like that now. We could.
I'm sorry, Jamie. I was cheating.
Ricky. No.
I can't do the face, and I can't do tears, but I can do like sounding like a fake cry. Yeah.
You know you're small.
I'm just so happy to be here, being interviewed by Kindred. It's so good. I'm just having the best of times right now, and this week has been great. I have nothing to cry about at all. And I'm just really enjoying this. Everything is going very well today.
Yeah.
That's like, when you come into work and you're not okay with it, and like they're just like, no, I'm fine. I can do my work today. And it's like, oh, no, you can't.
You want to just go cry in the toilet.
Yeah. Anybody in the service industry, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, fucking hell.
But yeah.
But sure, that and that note and that bombshell, sure, we'll outro again now. Doodaloo. And hopefully you have a fantastic year as well. I hope to be able to interview you again.
Oh,
well.
that's definitely going to happen.
All his contact as well on Jacob Wordsmith. I get it right now as well, Jacob Wordsmith.
Yeah, actually, I've got a new poem that came out very recently, actually. So yeah, you should all check that out. It's called Masking or Mask, and a lot of people have really connected with it. So yeah, you should definitely check that out.
Yeah, gonna save that baby as well because it's gonna be performed very soon. So
no, it's not.
No.
No. But it's there to be read by anybody and read however anybody wants to read it.
So I've taken a more kind of a personal one. This is written one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, guys, check that out as well, and a pleasure again. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you again in the new year at some stage. Your progress.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching.